Good evening, Seneca Valley, and welcome to a very special edition of the Seneca Scout. My name is Alex Osman.
And I'm Evie Vogel. And tonight we decided to take a break from our typical format and dedicate our entire show to something we are all very interested in: space. That's right, our crew is excited to share with you stories from just outside Earth to the greatest reaches of the universe.
We're going to start out tonight with some space-themed news closer to home, that being Dorset, England. A sonic boom was heard above the southwest English county last week, which has now been attributed to a fireball meteor. The fiery hunk of rock was seen during the day, shooting across the sky in broad daylight, captured on phone and security cameras. In order for it to be so visible, it would have to have been a bolide class meteor, an especially bright and large variety. UK meteor enthusiasts are very excited, as hearing a sonic boom from a meteor often means pieces can be found on the ground after falling off the meteor itself.
We now check in with Penn State aerospace engineering student and Seneca Valley alumnus, Josh Bannon, to give us his take on the Mars Ingenuity helicopter.
It's the Mars Ingenuity helicopter. It launched with the Perseverance rover. It was attached to the underside of it, and they're going to get ready to fly it on Mars at some point, I think within the next week or so, maybe next 2 weeks. The helicopter itself is just a helicopter, a battery, some solar panel, and I think it's a camera and like a computer. It's not complex at all compared to other NASA things. The first flight, it's going to go up and down. Second flight, it'll go up and hover for a bit, maybe go back and forth, and then so on flights are going to do more advanced stuff, fly around if they have time and if it's still working. I guess the main problem with flying something in Mars' atmosphere is that it's a lot less dense than Earth's atmosphere. Because the density is less, you have to spin the blades a lot faster. It might get hard though, because Martian dust storms deposit a lot of dust on the solar panels, and so it can't really clean its solar panels off on its own. And so once it's covered in dust, that's about it. Dust storms happen about as frequently as we have rain here, so anywhere between a month to a year, I'd say, before it kicks the bucket.
Thank you to Ethan and his brother Josh for that insight. And on to some exciting news for a scientist familiar with the study of Mars. Throughout the course of exploration on the moon, astronauts selected for Apollo missions have been white men, but Jessica Watkins is about to change all of that. The accomplished scientist, astronaut, and Mars expert has been selected as one of 18 members on the Team Artemis. This NASA program intends to send humans on longer duration journeys and potentially build a base at the lunar South Pole. Missions could occur as soon as the mid-2020s. Since Watkins is a prominent candidate, she would be the first person of color and the first woman to walk on the moon.
And from walking on the moon to exploring planets orbiting other stars, Gio Salsa had a chance to interview Miss Mortier, the Seneca Valley astronomy teacher. Let's take a look.
Okay, so basically exoplanets are planets that are outside of our solar system orbiting other stars. So our planets in our solar system are all going around our sun, and an exoplanet is a planet that's going around some other star in some other distant solar system. So we used to think that our solar system was unique, but now we realize that there's actually thousands of other planets going around stars in different places in our galaxy. Okay, so a lot of the first exoplanets that we discovered were super big. They were more like Jupiter because they're so much bigger, they're easier to find because all of these exoplanets are really, really far from Earth, so it's difficult to see them. But in recent years, as the technology has gotten better, we found a lot of different exoplanets that are more Earth-like. And there's actually a system, it's called TRAPPIST, or TRAPPIST-1, I think, that has a collection of 5 or 6 Earth-like exoplanets all orbiting around a star. The star is a little different than our star. It's more of a smaller, cooler star. But by studying those kinds of exoplanets, it's possible that we can determine if they have an atmosphere, if that atmosphere might be able to support human life. It's difficult to know those answers because they're so very far away, and it's hard for us to observe them directly.
Thank you for that, Gio and Mrs. Mortier.
Set to launch in the next few years, the Nancy Grace Roman Space Telescope will greatly enhance NASA's studies of space with the hope of unlocking some of the universe's greatest mysteries. With a design similar to the Hubble Space Telescope, the Roman telescope uses decades of enhancements in digital technology to upgrade its imaging capability with what the designers call the wide field instrument. This instrument is capable of imaging a sky area 100 times larger than the Hubble, but with the same clarity. Astronomers believe these enhanced optics will provide more clues about the formation of the early universe and the oldest galaxies, as well as the mysterious forces of dark matter and dark energy. Comprising over 95% of matter in the universe, the composition of dark matter and dark energy is still unknown. It is invisible to the naked eye and our current technology, though scientists can infer its existence through the gravitational effects it has on the universe and its expansion. Additionally, the Roman Space Telescope will bolster the search for exoplanets. Again, exoplanets are planets that orbit stars outside our solar system.
And now back to Earth. Current evidence suggests the Earth's magnetic field could be reversing its poles, or at least a severe weakening of the field. Marked by an iron-rich lava flow through a section of France, the last occurrence of a magnetic pole flip is believed to be around some 42,000 years ago. Seen in something such as the South Atlantic anomaly, a growing spot over the Earth where the radiation dips dangerously low, we are already observing effects of the slow geomagnetic shift. A complete pole reversal would yield catastrophic results, severely weakening the Earth's magnetic field and rendering plenty of technology obsolete. But due to the unpredictable nature of such a rare event, it is hard to tell when the next major flip will occur.
Lastly tonight, recent NASA research regarding the subject of extraterrestrial life has been released. The study suggests the sight of an extraterrestrial civilization on another planet may be possible with the detection of atmospheric pollution. The study conducted by NASA looked at the presence of nitrogen gas, which is present in Earth's atmosphere from pollutants such as fossil fuels. On Earth, most of the nitrogen dioxide is emitted from human activity. If these similar levels of nitrogen gas are found within other planets, this could be evidence of an industrialized civilization like humans. Other gases within the presence of planets have been studied as well, such as chlorofluorocarbons, which have been found within the atmosphere of exoplanets. This could be a strong indication of extraterrestrial life outside of our Earth. That's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining on our extra special space-themed show. I've been Alex Osmond alongside Evie Vogel. We'll see you next week for our movie show.
Our movie week show.
It'll be exciting.
It'll be
exciting.
great.
We'll see you next time. See you around Saturday.
Bye.